So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the ACC, where we are excited to make a big announcement for our club, for our organization, and for our league. You know, this off season was an important one for Toronto FC. We're obviously enthused about what we were able to do with our club last season, but we have a lot of work to do, and we basically need to do a lot of things to accomplish our goal of becoming a perennial playoff contender in Major League Soccer. There was also the obvious question of addressing Jermaine Defoe's future. So today we're here to address not only that question, but to really make a statement about the future of Toronto FC. I think everyone would agree that our staff, our coaches, our organization, our players, we're committed to do whatever it takes to make TFC the class of MLS. We are really excited about today because it's just a great day for the club, and we're just excited to make the announcement about Jozy Altidore. So this week, obviously, there's been a lot of reports about Jozy, and today we're here to celebrate and welcome Jozy to our club. As you all know, Jozy is one of the top young Americans in the game today. At just age 25, he's accumulated 76 goals for U.S. men's national team, which ranks up there with the top in all of history. Add to that the character he brings, the enthusiasm, his presence on the pitch. We're just excited all around about what Jozy can bring to the field and to our club. Obviously, the other question is Jermaine Defoe. So as part of this transaction, the transfer fee involved, or the transfer agreement involved Jermaine Defoe going to Sunderland. We want to take this time to thank Jermaine for his play on the field, as well as his willingness to take the step to come to Major League Soccer. Without Jermaine Defoe, we wouldn't be here today. I know that there's some friction that everyone reported on in the marketplace, but that was really just about the communication. And once we were able to get that resolved and everybody was able to agree on what needed to happen in the future, we were quickly able to find a resolution, and in the end, it ended up, giving us the opportunity to be here today. So I think that's important for everyone to remember, and we're not an organization that's afraid to think outside the box. So we go out and we take risks. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't, but that's football at the highest level. So in the end, we're excited where we are today. And we're looking forward to the next chapter. One other person I would really like to thank is Michael Bradley. We all know about his character on the pitch and who he is in the locker room, but he's just as thrilled as Greg and myself to bring Jozy here, and he played an important role in the acquisition of Jozy, and so I just want to take a moment to recognize Michael. Before I turn it over to Greg, I just wanted to thank a few people. First and foremost, MLSE, led by Larry Tannenbaum. I would like to thank our partners at MLS, Commissioner Garber, Todd Durbin. I would like to thank Jozy's agent, Lyle Yorks. I would like to thank his family for committing to us, because this is not just about Jozy, it's about us as a family, so thank you. And I would like to thank the fans for their loyalty, the coaching staff, and everyone at TFC who helped make this happen today. The roster plan is not just Jozy, although he's a major part. We made a signing, a homegrown signing earlier this week. Yesterday, we picked up a number of players in the MLS Super Draft in Philadelphia, and we're looking to make some other major announcements over the next few weeks before preseason and during preseason. So this is just one step again of finalizing our roster moves, so that we can take this team to the next level. So with that, I would like to turn it over to Greg Vanney to talk a little bit about why this is such a major announcement for our club.
Thanks, Tim. I'll start off on the field. Obviously, the addition of Jozy in terms of on the field, for me, it's a no-brainer. Jozy brings to the table the ability to hold up the ball and bring people into the game, the ability to get behind, and the ability to score goals. He's, as Tim said, arguably one of the top strikers, will be one of the top strikers in all of MLS. I think he adds a component to our team that will make us a quality and special team. Aside from all that, one of the things we set off in the offseason, and I've been talking a lot about, is that we want our DPs, A, to really want to be here, B, to be connected to each other so that we can build around them. And we get that with Jozy and Michael. They have a relationship that is second to none, as we've seen through this process in getting Jozy here. And having those two connected together, the addition of Gilberto, we're starting to get to the point where our three best players need to be our three best players and complement one another, and then we can build with those three best players. The third is certainty. Jozy understands the challenges of Major League Soccer. He's been here before. He understands the travel. He understands what this league is about. With that, we get some certainty with Jozy. He's a great player. We're certain of that. His connection with Michael, we're certain of that, and he understands what he's getting himself into when he comes here into Major League Soccer. Those for me are three massive, massive things that helped us to be maybe one of the best signings that we could have even possibly come up with in this offseason and maybe in the league. The other thing is our DPs. We got another young player who's in the prime of his career, a lot to prove, a lot to be a part of here. He wants to be here for the long haul. He wants to help us build this into a special franchise that's competing for championships year in and year out. And so we like that motivation. So with all those things together, this for me, again, no-brainer. Our team is better today than it was yesterday, and that's us moving forward. So we appreciate him taking this step in his career and believing in us and helping us having us help him to move forward in his career as he continues to also perform for the U.S. national team. So thank you for taking this step with us. We look forward to where the future is headed.
At this point, we'll open the mic to Jozy Altidore.
No, I think Tim and Greg obviously covered everything, and I just want to take the time to thank Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, Toronto FC, everyone from Tim Lightwicki to Tim B here, Greg Vanney, my agent Lyle Yorks, and and most importantly the fans for embracing me how they have already. And I look forward to this challenge, and I'm committed long term to making this franchise something special, and I'm very excited to get started.
Thanks, guys. We'll now open up to media questions.
Jozy, good morning. Welcome to Toronto. Welcome to Canada. Talk a little bit about confidence. The goals didn't come over the last 18 months as they did in Denmark so freely and previously in MLS. Players, of course, and strikers in particular, I think, breathe on confidence. Can you talk a little bit about what the last 18 months has been like for you and how that has affected your confidence as a professional and how you'll get that back going forward?
I think the biggest thing, when as a professional, you're going to go through times where everything's not so great. And I think in those times, how you react to those moments will define you. And for me, it was very difficult, obviously, for a number of reasons on and off the field from my time in England. But I have a great support system in my family, and I was still able to, when I represent the national team, to perform at the highest level. And now I was faced with the opportunity of joining a franchise where I'd have an opportunity to keep growing as a player and obviously to get better. And that was the most important thing for me. And Toronto gave me the opportunity, and I took it with both hands.
Jozy, did you speak to Jurgen Klinsmann before you made the move? And I'm just interested in what he said to you about moving from Europe to MLS.
Yeah, it's no secret to Jurgen's, his thoughts on everything in terms of always wanting to push players and always being a positive guy. And I spoke to him at length, and it was a very open, honest conversation, and he understands that, I'm a guy that's always pushing myself, that's always looking to get better. So I think he supported this move a lot, and he's obviously going to work closely with me and everybody here at this organization to make sure that, I put my best foot forward here.
Welcome to Toronto, Jozy, right over here. How big of a role did Michael Bradley play in your decision to come to Toronto?
Mikey was huge, man. I've known Mike. We started in the youth national teams together, 16, 17 years old, and we, every level that we ascended to, we did it together. So we were always, close, and we always pushing each other from a young age. So he was huge in this whole thing. Obviously, we first talked about it when he obviously joined here in the summer. It was a joke a bit, but we kept in contact and we kept talking about it. And I'm so happy that somebody like him is at this organization, because I know right away that the mentality will be wanting to build a winner. So, he was huge in that, and I look forward to playing with him.
Question for Tim. Hey, Tim. It was reported that the club received an MLS record transfer fee, $11 million for Jermaine Defoe and Jozy Altidore. Is that true?
You know, we're not permitted to disclose the terms of the transfer. I mean, as everyone knows, the contracts are actually signed and the transfer agreements are signed by Major League Soccer, given its structure. So we can't report on the actual fees and the amounts. I think we'll leave that up to the league. But this did involve, what I can say, this did involve an exchange of players, an evaluation that was reciprocal. So obviously there are other financial concerns with the FIFA, financial fair play obligations, and this worked out the best for both the league and the two clubs.